Good morning, everybody. Sorry about that. The sound there was screwed up. Let's fix that first of all. Let's see here. Settings, audio. VB audio virtual cable. There we go. Okay, how are you guys today? So today, well, the markets are open and there actually are some things going on. I'm not going to trade today. We're going to do some programming. I come over here to the charts and let's just take a little look around. And you can see, well, there was that was that huge gap over the weekend. That can't be right. Well, I mean, not that it's not at that price, but I don't think that I thought that we had a little bit of a rise going into the end of the weekend. Let me verify here. Let me verify here. Yeah, I thought that we had a pretty big move going into the end of the day. Oh, well, and then there's the Sunday. Yeah, I think that I just need to reload the data. There we go. I was like, I swear we did something crazy at the end of the day. Okay. So yeah, I had a pretty big move up at the end of the day on Friday, and now just a little bit of a step up there and kind of flattening out. And when you come over here into the treasuries continue to just look like oof. Oh man. Not a new low yet, but that doesn't look too far off. Almost a foregone conclusion. Now, oil is just whoosh. Okay, so oil, there has been drama in the Middle East, in Yemen. I guess they intercepted a drone of some sort. So here, I think you kind of start to see. So the thing is that the Trump administration had been helping Saudi Arabia, and now Biden is not going to help them anymore, and this is likely to have very significant consequences on the market. And this is like the first time that I think we've actually seen some of those consequences. So more Middle East turmoil, at least in Yemen, and probably higher oil prices. Not that Biden would be all bothered by that, because he wants the price of energy to go up. Okay, gold, you know, they've been kind of getting going a little bit, but then it's just not like really going. Silver's been doing a lot better, but it's still, you can see it's not going. But given everything else is going on here, you can see the dollar just getting crushed again. I think that those will probably start to pick up. Then when we come over to the bitcoins, well, they came back up there to their highs, but they're kind of ranging there for now and not really doing a whole lot. So that's basically where we're at. How are you guys? Ooh, pretty sparse. And that's what we should expect on holiday. That's why we do some of our best work on the holidays when nobody's paying attention. I'll turn on the text-to-speech. I guess we should pull up stocks too. We'll pull up stocks. Actually, no, we won't. Because they're not going to... Nah. I mean, I could go and see the pre-markets. I think that you would be able to see pre-market stuff, but... You know, I don't care. Whatever it is that they're going to do, I don't care. So today, well, unless there is any objections, and we got somebody in chat that really, really wants us to look into something first. We were talking about some volume profile, some stuff the other day. And so I wanted to look at that because a volume profile is an area in which I have some mathematical models that suggest that there's something to the way that it's formed that we may be able to derive inefficiencies from. Um, so the suggestion was that we try and trade a return to the VWAP kind of trade. I'm also interested in doing something where we're triggered by large orders here. Let's see here. So let's get that all going. Bum, 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 ba-dum, ba-dum, bum. The second doesn't work. Maybe they need to. Somebody was asking about something else I sent them, and I must need to add another part. Okay. So we're going to do. Let's do POC return, shall we? Generate. Oof. And I think I have an indicator that we can start with here. It's called bar POC, I think. Yeah. Oh, what's the difference between these? Oh, I think I just simplified it. Oh, I was going to simplify it, and I didn't. That's interesting. Okay, well, let's see here. Profile, yada 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 yada. Market type, profile, add volume, value, my profile on bar update. If it's not the first tick of the bar, return. Otherwise, reset the profile. I see. So I think that we should modify this to be like a rolling profile of some sort. So we could set a number. If it's a 0, then we just, well, do we want to change it so you can reset it the day? I think that on the day would make the most sense. Yeah, it definitely would. So we can say if it's a 0, then we'll reset at the start of the session. And if otherwise, it will be the number of bars. Something like that. Let me blow my nose. Hold on a second. All right. So I'm thinking here, how do I want to do this in terms of like, okay, well, first thing is when I come over here to my cumulative delta ones, there's this bit of stuff right here. Oh, I could just tell it, you know, like when to reset the delta, but here it's like daily, weekly, monthly. And I see that doesn't really make much sense at all. So it'd be something like this. Oops. Over here, we're going to make a new period equals, or what am I doing? Public int period get set. Ninja script property. Okay. If period equals 0, period equals dir equals 0, and the day of the week has changed, or should we say is first bar of session? Well, there's a different way of doing it. Really? On another live stream, simply placing live in a red box on his video's views increased from hundreds to thousands. Well, I mean, I have live in the title, live stream. I don't, that's interesting, because I don't see why that would change it. Well, I mean, you're talking about like what's going to happen is you're going to come over here and you're going to go to YouTube and you're going to see here and you're going to see live, and it's going to change. Well, we could do that. We could put we'll put it in like a green box. Yeah, we could do that. So will this be some kind of stats? How often price returned to the VWAP? We're going to do it as a strategy, I think. So we're going to say, like, if we get yay far away from the VWAP and a certain condition occurs, certain conditions of which we have yet to determine, we will see what the probability is of it reaching the VWAP within a certain risk reward parameters. Okay. A little stuffed up this morning. Okay, so if period equals 0, now I don't know why I do it that way. So let's pull this something up here. Pull up a new chart. Yes. 1 minute, tick replay, 5 days, fine. I have to wait for it to load, I guess. Indicators. Yeah, so it does it when it flips over. And I guess if I did, but it won't work with like a multiple session template. Gotcha. I'll just minimize that. Okay, so I think that should be fine. Otherwise, if current bar modus period equals, should it be 1? Should be, no, I think it's 0, right? Then we'll reset. Okay. That's not what I wanted. Where did it go? Here it is. So now if oh, and I need to compile it, don't I? Compiling it might be a good idea. Oh, it says there I have an error already. Oh, okay. I'm like, what's wrong with it? Wasn't curly brace. I was like rethinking everything, my whole world. Okay. Need the session iterator. Forgot about that. So we can put this up in here. Up at the tippy top. Not that tippy top. This tippy top. And then in the configure, put that in there. No overload. Oh, 0. Comma 0. Try that. I had something that was using the point of control. It was making decisions based on if we were above or below the point of control on that bar. Okay. Indicators. Probably it shouldn't be called bar point of control anymore, should it? Tisk, tisk, tisk. That's not doing anything, is it? So it's probably giving us an error over here in our output, doesn't it? Yes. Error, out of range. Oh, I see. Oh, I see. So it's erroring out because if it's the very, very first bar on the chart, it tries to do this bit where it gets the time between the two of them, and it can't because we're not. So you can't do it on the first bar. So I'm going to add that condition. Okay, it looks like it did another error. Yep. Attempted to divide by 0. Oh, What did you miss? Nothing really. We're trying to program a strategy that will try and trade a return to the VWAP. Okay, that's looking a little better. Da, 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 da. Oh, is that showing us as the VWAP has changed? That's what it looks like it's doing to me. But is the current VWAP back at 39.45? No. Well, on the Jigsaw, it says it's 39.59. Oh, wait. Well, we're not all the way over here, are we? Okay. It says it's up at 59? What? How is that possible? Oh, no, wait. Where did I get 59? It's 39.47. That's correct. Okay. So now, if we come back in here, and we set the bar point of control to 1, then it should change literally every bar. Yep. Coolness. And then if we furthermore come back and we do it to a time period, like say 30 minutes, I should get, in this grid, well, let's see here. Yeah, 30, I know. That's maybe not quite what we want. Oh, but as it changed during that time period, it gave us a different value, huh? Okay, that's fine. That's fine. But I do think it's doing what it's supposed to. Because here, this one lasted for quite a while until they built up more volume down here, so. Is the market open today? Yes and no. So the futures markets will be open. It will be on a different schedule. It will end early. And there's the stock market, I believe, does not open. But it'll just be like dead. So for all intents and purposes, it'll be dead. Let's see here. NYSE holiday schedule. I'm pretty sure that they're just closed today. The NYSE is. Washington's birthday. A holiday. Does the futures market have a chart? What do you mean by that? You're looking at a chart of the futures market right there. Okay, so anyways, we come back over here and we set that bar point of control back to 0. Okie dokie. So one of the things is that where the point of control is kind of changes, right? So that's interesting. I don't think that should be an issue for us overall, but... Or, I mean, I guess I should have expected that. I mean, when I was thinking through this, of course that would be a thing. Uh-oh, where did I create that new one? Or did I not save it? I guess I didn't save it. So let's make the new strategy. You could trade NQ futures if you really wanted to right now. Would not, unless there's some sort of significant piece of news, would not recommend trading on the holiday. Okay. You could suggest a strategy right now. Sao Bartoli. POC equals bar POC of 0. Oops. And that should be an else if state equals state dot data loaded. Maybe you could message it to me on Discord. I don't want to do a voice thing at the moment. Okay. So then I think we're going to need a couple of properties here, right? First of all, I'm going to need, well, and hold on, I need a new, just pull up a new window so I can copy and paste some other code a little bit more easily. Bam, 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 bam. So I want, to have a point of control for like the extended session, or at least the ability to do that. And so, but I don't want it to actually trade during the extended session. So I'm going to add all of these properties here that will give me a start and end time. And then I come in here and set the start and end time to like the time period that I trade. Right? And we can change that later. But basically that will limit when it trades. So it down in here, if we're not in that time period, then it will escape. Okay, now I want to say we need a property like, well, should we just do target and reward factor? Put it ahead of all of these. Ninja script property. So in this case, normally I do like, here's what I want my stop to be, and here's what I want my risk reward to be. But in this case, we know where the point of control is going to be, right? So we're going to do a target and a reward factor instead. So public int target get set public double reward factor get set. And then here in configure, this is going to be target, and the stop is going to be target divided by reward factor, right? if. So, hey Airmax, how are you? We are programming a strategy with a volume profile. So let's just do like the most naive approach, right? Which we'll see it doesn't there's going to be some issues with it, right? Maybe we should disable this. Well, okay. I will just do it the dumb way, and then you'll see there's an issue with it. We'll fix that issue, and then we'll take it from there. Okay, so we're going to say if close of 0 is greater than or equal, no, we should say is equal to POC of 0 plus target. Then enter short. So we'll only do it if we're exactly the distance that we want away from it, right? Oh, and we should come in here and we should say target equals, how many points should we do? 40? 40. Reward factor equals 2. Hello. Couple of new people stopping in today, it looks like. Probably because I'm like the only person this is going to be streaming today. Okay. Order flow. POC return. Okay. Now we're going to do this on ES on a 1-minute chart. We have to turn on tick replay. Let's try from the beginning of the year. I don't know how long that's going to take. It might take a while. Let's do it. Meanwhile, Live Action was suggesting that I put a live on my thing, so we're talking about when we come in here. Well, see, the thing is that it says, like, I get why that would make a difference. Because, like, it says live now right there in the... I don't know if that really stands out enough to people. Well, he has, like, a live now like that. I can try it. Well, that's loading. And we'll get the Final Fantasy theme song when it's done, so. File open. Pictures. Video thumbnails. Winning. Yay. Okay. New layer. I like to use this Bevis new one. Oh, hey. That didn't take too long, but it didn't take any trades. It should happen. Let's see here. I'm sure there's an issue here with it. Oh, I know why. I'll do that just to make it clear. Order of operations. Because these are price. So we need it to be price plus, because I'm saying I'm looking for a 40 tick day. That's never going to happen because the point of control is going to move. You're never going to get 40 points away from the point of control. Very unlikely, at least. And I don't think that's definitely hasn't happened this year. We've certainly gotten 10 points away from a VWAP, though. Okay. I had, let's see here. I had this one where I used like the most annoying color. Do I not have it anymore? That's yellow. Oh, maybe that is it. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Okay. How big should it be? Like that, maybe? How does my thing say it? I'm wondering if maybe instead of using Babus, I should use just impact. It'll oops, make it a little more stubby. Don't even need the bulb at that point. I'm not liking that as much. Ace is on vacation. It is a vacation day after all. Ace is like a normal person with a life. He goes places from time to time, unlike myself, who pretty much never ventures out. Okay, so now the question is, how far around should I box it? Okay. I don't know. I don't like that particularly much. Hmm. Well, let's think about it a little bit. Let's come back here and look. Still didn't take a trade, huh? Hmm. Okay, well, now I think would be a great time to pull out the debugger. Debunk volume profile. Well, but the thing is that there are real reasons, and there has been math to show why we get the pattern that we do in the volume profile. Now, whether or not you can trade it the way the retail day traders try to do it, that's a different issue, right? I think you have a more better chance of getting something with volume profile than you would traditional technical analysis. Sorry, it's an order flow. It's not in my AAA ones. Oops, why are you doing that? There we go. Okay. Yeah. Do that later. Ninja. Run. Are you testing it the way it should be done, the math way? Well, no, that's not. You misunderstand. So there is math that explains why the volume profile, exists and comes out that way. That doesn't mean that. Okay, so that'll give us 10. That's been kind of weird on me here. And watch. I lost my train of thought there. Oh yeah, so we have some math that explains why the volume profile looks the way that it does. How you try to take advantage of that, or an inefficiency that you use to try and take advantage of that, is a completely different thing. So here we're trying to do a thing that people have suggested, which is just if it gets too far away from the VWAP or from the point of control, we take a trade on the assumption that it will go back to it. Okay, so there's something wrong with that. POC bit is not Adawacha. See, the point of control is not doing anything. See, why is it still 0? So we need to come back over here to this. Oi. I'm probably lagging hard here, huh? Ninja Trader's thinking super hard about it. Well, so the way that it's gonna try and trade it is gonna be horrible, right? But what we can do is then we can go in and we can say, okay, but is there a certain set of conditions wherein we can predict that there's going to be a likely return to the VWAP? You know, like if we get up there and we're in the right spot and we get a large sell order, then would that make a likely return to the VWAP? See what I mean? We can try it a bunch of different ways. So, but this just kind of gives us the basic setup. Period 0 input series. Calculate on each tick bar point of control. Plots POC. I don't get it. Of course it will. It kept running after we did that. So the issue is this keeps coming out to be 0. Why is that? You have tick replay turned on. So normally we trade live, but today it is a holiday, so we're programming a strategy and backtesting it. Well, let's not say that it will work or that it won't work until we've actually tried it, shall we? I think that that's the best policy. Sometimes you find something that you don't expect. Oh, I find this incredibly... All right, well, let's try this again. Okay, I'm excited. Just... I mean, the thing is, I mean, of course, I can venture a guess about how it's going to come out, right? And it's not too different from what you're saying, although I think that I can give you guys a slightly more sophisticated answer, right? So if we have a volume profile like this, and here's the profile, ding, 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 and then we say that we get too far away from it, and then we're going to come back to there, okay? And what percentage of the time does it do that? And I think the issue that you're going to get is, again, like the fat tails issue. So if we say that we want to get to there and we want to take 2-to-1 risk, you know, Obviously, that's probably going to be pretty random. Then we could go in and we could say, okay, only do it if you've got upside momentum. You know, but I think that we're kind of making this assumption that price will be normally distributed when it really isn't. When you get that far away from the point of control, I think that we'll see. We'll see. But I don't think that it's as simple as it's going to return back to it 80% of the time. Especially since we move away from the point of control and make a new one so often, right? Bar POC. There's a really dumb error in here somewhere. Didn't really help. Doesn't really help me. Don't know what to do with this. So here the value array is null. What? What? Do we ever hit those spots? We do. My profile equals new profile. The end of the day. Did you see that? See, value of 0. Oh, now it gives me a number. So that's interesting. So when I do something like this guy here, that is so weird. Okay, well, we can start with so it's got to be something. It looks like I'm having like a threading issue. But then I'm going through it and I'm like, okay, so how come doesn't show up anywhere else? What have I done differently in some of these other ones where I've done similar sorts of things? Oh, that's right. Well, let's create a property to pull out the data series. It's just really bizarre that it gives me a value of 0 there in the strategy, doesn't it? Isn't it? Because I've done way more complicated things. It was perfectly fine. Does it have something to do with the calculate property? That it calculates on each tick? Oh, that. Well, okay, so let's first of all, let's just verify what we just did. Didn't fix it. Notice how long I should change this so that it doesn't load different data. So it's probably requesting the data from the broker right now, which of course makes it take forever. Okay, still 0. Still a 0 count, which makes no sense at all. Good morning, Anon. Anon. That definitely needs to be false. Not that it matters to what we're doing. The other thing that's confusing about it is that I've written strategies that use it before and it was fine. Oops, it's not breaking. Okay. Still not. Still nothing. See, and it says that it has a count of 0. Well, it says it closed as a count of 0 too, but clearly that's not the case. I've made a mistake somewhere. Where did I screw up? I want to bang my head on the floor. It's so frustrating when we're doing this and that sort of a thing happens. We're going to figure it out, though. We may have to do some searching, though. Let's see here. NinjaTrader indicator value not updating in strategy. Believe you may be looking to define the variables you wish to access in a data series instead of just a double. We need to just, is it that we just need to call update? This method will force the on bar update method to be called so that indicator values are updated. Is there a holiday? Or you guys must all be Europeans, huh? Yeah, it is not. It is a holiday. It is President's Day. It's a holiday in the U.S. No trading today. No stocks today. Nope, it's on Monday. Okay, except for this. So that's maybe force update, but like from a strategy, I don't know if that makes sense. Okay, so let's come in here though and read the NinjaTrader documentation on that methods. Code snippets. That's interesting. Is it going to be in common? There's an on bar update. Maybe inside of strategy? Or we could do the force update one. Seems to me like, oh, no, really? So, man, buying a new home is like a big, long thing. But there is a lot that you can do to value the home and make sure that you're getting the price that you're supposed to. I swear that there was a force update. There is somewhere in here there's a force update method. All right, I'm gonna have to like really search for it, huh? Okay, but I'm doing that. If state data loaded. To achieve desired results, you need to store the reference in state.dataLoaded for strategy. You can call add chart indicator. Or for a strategy, you can add chart indicator. Either approach ensures that the hosting indicator strategy is aware of the requirements to process tick replay during its state.historical mode and helps to ensure that the hosted indicator calculates as designed up to its current bar using tick replay. Please see the example below, and then it's got all of this code, which is exactly what we were already doing. Here, we, in the data loaded, we'll load it equals RPOC, and then we pass in Yeah, tick replay is not compatible with most multi-time frame, multi-instrument indicators, as there could be series synchronization issues leading to unexpected results. That was my observation too. If you try and run tick replay on the one thing and then enter your orders on the other thing, it doesn't work as well for some reason. Even in the live testing. Okay, so here again, we create the bar POC. We add it in the data loaded, and then in here we try and get the data out. Make sure you don't exceed. Well, that must be Canadian money, because I'm like 250 wouldn't get you squat around here. You have to have at least 300,000 to get like a family home. 250 would be like the ghetto. Crazy as it seems. Mm-mm-mm-mm. This is so frustrating. What is the difference? Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Now, you know what? Some of the defaults they put on this are very different, though. True 30 false. See, why doesn't it evaluate that? So then we have to come in here and it's like, okay, so what am I doing in there that's so different? Well, for one thing, I have this whole class thing. That could do it. But then I had that one, oh, that would be a great example. Which was it? It was called like step and profile or something. Mm-mm. Volume profile steps. Move to a new window. Okay. So I'm using pretty similar. Yeah. Public class bar POC is an indicator, and then I got this row data class. Profile thing. Private variables. And then here's where the profile and the session iterator goes. On state change. Let's change this back because this is on each tick, and that one I know programmed and worked. Is overlaid. True is auto scale. False, draw on price panel. I don't know if all this nonsense matters. Please enable tick replay. I don't know why I have that. I don't think you really need that. Then if it's last, add the volume. Oh. Ah! See, I told you it was going to be something stupid. That is what it is right there. Okay, so hold on. So what's going on is that it's the on-market data is where the value is being updated and not inside of the on-bar update. And so it knows to call on-bar update, and it's not. It's, you go what I mean? Like it knows, okay, I need to call on-bar update now at this point, and so I need to make sure that all of the tick replay stuff is done now before that. But then it goes in there and it doesn't update the value because it doesn't think that it yeah. Anyways, so if I refresh this, does that change? Doesn't break it, does it? Updating the value in the on-bar update. I mean, I think that that's still correct, right? I don't remember what it was before. It's still printing. It's still drawing something. Okay. So now if we come in and run the strategy, we'll see. Oh, actually, we could just we could put a breakpoint in. Da, 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 da. It works. Okay. Continue. Stop debugging because that'll slow things down a ton. Okay. Don't save. Man. That, you know, that was like, sometimes it's just the dumbest thing, right? That is something that I will remember, though. So I was having an issue in another one where it loads a data series, and that happens in the... Oh, that's weird. Now I'm thinking about a similar issue that I had a different strategy, but it's a different problem because that all runs from on bar update. Yes, it does. It runs the on bar update and import exports all the stuff. So I have this one where it loads data from the disk, and when you go in there, the data's not there. But it's so it was kind of like the same symptoms, but it must be caused by a different kind of a problem. Ah. Okay, interesting. Very interesting. So it took 20 trades, and every time that we got away from the VWAP and I tried to short it, it was a disaster. And every time it got away from the VWAP and I bought it, it turned out amazing. 60% on 2-to-1 risk reward, long trades only. That is effing good. Bye, bye, bye. So what we really need to do, well, so should we go in and look at the entries? So see right there. Oh, wait. It almost did it. Wait. It should go back to the POC. Wait. Oh, you know what we can do in here? Drawing tools. Where's the, what is it called? Risk reward. Control F4. What? Wait. So here's one where it did the stop loss. Oh, look at that. Wait. Do you see that? That one, it came just short, just perfectly short of it. On a short. Okay. That happens sometimes. You know what? I've gone back in some of my indicators, like especially the high frequency ones, and it'll be like it one tick over and it completely changes the whole strategy. Aha. So there you got one. That one's really good. But here, look, it's taking it as it goes down, and really we would prefer to catch it over here, right? We would prefer to catch it. Well, let me zoom in. Yeah, that one, it never got its target and then stopped out. Can you believe that? Okay, yeah, here we go. Okay, so here we got one. Okay, it's certain far away from the VWAP, right? And it takes it right there. Okay, good, but we would rather take it right there, right? So we could do that. We could add a moving average to it, right? That one's a buy, though. Okay, so here's a great example. But see here on this one, if we wait for like a certain, like a 10 or 20 moving average to turn down, right? The issue is that the issue that we're going to have is that if we add, well, let's just do it. Let's just do it, okay? And I'll show you why I'm a little skeptical about it. So what do you think? Should we do just a whole, well, the whole moving averages seem to work best, right? Okay. Oh, this is not what we want. Okay. We want on this one. Okay. POC. Then we want to say HMA, my MA. My moving average equals HMA. We'll do a 10. And then we'll say, so if this and is falling, my MA, dun, 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 and is rising, my MA. Okay. So you got to ignore the 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. Well, we could tell it to like wait, So there's a couple of other things that we could do. One is we could limit the time frame that it trades to be just later in the day, but I don't know if that's what I would necessarily want. We could also use the daily trend as a filter. So we could say if we're above the open, then never do it. But we could also do like a longer term like moving average. Like we can say if on the daily our moving average is up, then we only take longs and vice versa. But here I'm just trying to get it to take it when the trend is truly turning down. So let's see. Let's make sure here that, okay, so yeah, so it tells us like these stats right here. So now that we've added a moving average in here, so the big thing that we're going to want to pay attention to is how many total trades does it take now? Because I'm thinking that it's going to go from 22 trades to like 8. Okay. Also note that we've only tested it on this year's, like to the beginning of the year. So that's pretty tenuous result on that as well. But the thing is that it didn't take, I thought that you would end up with this thing where it would go and it would stop out and it would go and it would stop out. But it looks like that what has happened is we have set our target far enough away that doesn't happen. Like if you get stopped out, then like it just keeps trending up. Now it is a mean reversion strategy, which is like, I guess okay, but yeah, for big trend days, which is rare, it too can, yeah, and it would have to be, so the thing is it would have to like move up fast enough that the point of control isn't able to move up, if that makes sense. How much money it makes? Well, overall, it was break even because it was what it was making on the longs, it was losing on the shorts. So, oh, okay. So I'm reading Kyle was, he was saying I'll send you a strategy, and I'm looking at it, and it fits with what we're doing here, but it is looking for a certain exhaustion signal, which I don't know. That looks kind of hard to program the exhaustion signal that he's talking about. All this work for break even. Come on. We learned something, didn't we? That's how it works, dude. Is you're going to run and you're going to have a theory about the way that the market works, and you're going to go and you're going to program it. And about 99.9% of the time, you're going to find that it really doesn't work the way that you thought. You didn't give me any money. Well, did you give me? You didn't give me any money, Air Max. So stop it. Did you take the short on him? I did. It's not looking so hot though, does it? I think look, sometimes you're wrong and sometimes you're early. It's, you know, what is what it is. I don't know if I don't think I gonna try it again. I don't think that I have gonna want to risk any more on that. I'll just wait it come down all. Oh man, it took a lot longer for us to build than it should have too, huh? Because of all that. That's annoying. I don't remember it taking this long last time. Maybe it's got a, I don't know. So that, okay, so it did do pretty much what I said, right? It'll like have the number of trades. And interestingly enough, it takes your win rate down to 40. Well, that's just because we just don't have a good enough. Now, why is my average win to average loss 1.5? Probably because it will exit sometimes it never gets there, I'm guessing. Okay, well, it reduced the overall volatility of the strategy. But I'm going to say that doing it on a moving average like that. Well, and so now let's come back over here. Yeah, so got rid of that one. We got to find where when it actually trades. The issue is that when it turns like that, it's probably not going to be very obvious from the. Yeah. Yeah, that one's no good. Okay, so there's like an example. Yeah, so see, it might have tried taking it. Oh, this is exactly the one that we were looking at before. Well, maybe it's not the exact one, but it's similar. And here we waited for it to come back up before buying it. But it also has to be like the moving average has to be up. So kind of the issue is that we're looking for them to be equal, right? We could do some things to make it like more forgiving, right? So like the problem is probably that like you come back out, so you get a move like this, and then let's just say for the sake of argument that POC was a little bit higher or was a little bit lower here, then what might happen is it might be equal here, but the moving average isn't pointing up yet because it doesn't have enough trend, and by the time that it is pointing up, we're too close and it doesn't take it, right? So I think that one thing that we could do, the easiest thing that we could do is we could just change this to a 5 bar and that will probably make it a little bit more forgiving. Okay. But the other thing is that I find more appealing is like the daily. So What's the one that I did that was like that? I can steal the code from. We can use time frame continuity. So TFC, my TFC, my TFC equals TFC. And we can change this and we can say, and my TFC dot that's daily signal, right? Yep. That daily signal of 0 equals -1. Oh, right. Where is that? Is that in the, it's in a different namespace. Hold on. Yeah, so I'm looking at the description that Kyle has given me in here, and well, let me read this again. This is still running, right? Let's see here. Yeah, so I'm trying to figure out how I would indicate a bad high. So what he is saying is, if we're coming up and then we do this, and there's like an area that they can't get through like 5 times, then that makes it a bad high. Okay, so using the shorter time frame moving average made it worse. Using the shorter time frame moving average made it worse. So that this is just the issue with a moving average, right? Is that how do you it reduces the number of trades that you get by half, basically. It's a filter that halves the number of trades, and it's not actually that predictive. Because the way that a moving average is effective is it will help you catch the beginning of a trend, but it doesn't actually tell you which direction the day is, for instance. So let's test it now with the, if we're above the open, then we'll take a long and all of that stuff. You could use a high-low indicator that identifies when there's a series of highs built on top of each other. Of course, not all highs need to be at the exact same price. We could use a 4-tick band. Yeah. Yeah, and that's where I'm getting like, so I can use my pivot indicator and it will draw lines like that, and you'll get like a bunch of them all in the place like that. But I'm not quite sure how to put it. Like if there's like an area and there's like 4 of them up there, but like what could happen is it could be like this. It comes down and then there's an area right here, and then it goes down again, and then it comes up, and it's going to say that that exists right there. You get what I mean? So you would still get that. But I guess the point is that there's a spot already right there in the strategy that you're explaining to me that is not that is pretty discretionary. Let's say it's pretty discretionary how you decide that that's a bad high. Now, what's all this stuff about rectangles? You're on a bad high. Well, then maybe go back to sleep, dude. Now, I wanted, while we're waiting here, I wanted this book that I read that I thought was so great. I want to know, are there other books from these 4 guys? How come it only lists one author right there on the Amazon? Well, so this one, it was, oh, that's 2018. First course in random matrix theory for physicists, engineers, and data scientists. No, we don't need that anymore. Okay. Oh. Oh, interesting. That reduces it too much. What does ATR stand for? Well, sorry. What was the thing before that? It doesn't need to be discretionary. You could determine the high range, the margin of error between those high prices using ATR. So ATR is basically the average true range. So what it's saying is, you look at each bar, how tall is this bar, and then look what the average is of that over time. It kind of has some it kind of has some limitations though. This is where I actually think that looking at the swings, so going for swing and then determining the length of those swings seems to be a better indicator of that sort of a thing. When you look at the long only trades on that one, it gives you a crazy profit factor, but that's because that's not helpful. Okay, so the other thing, this just to, kind of as an example for you guys, is like if we say that the close is greater than or equal to that, it will take even more less than or equal to. Okay. And we'll add the moving average back in. And then we change this back to a 10. Is there any reason? Are you a European? It is a holiday. That is like the 5th person that has asked me that today. It is a holiday today. It's President's Day. Okay, we'll run that. No, and we just get that, and then Martin Gould. Gould. So not really a whole lot from other people. Then you come in here and you look at what they want. So there was this one, market microstructure in practice. I think this one actually gave you like a preview. There's nothing really to say about the politics right now that's pertinent to us. Other than that, I don't think that they're going to be able to pass a minimum wage increase. Anything interesting on Politico today? Is it time to rethink Uncle Sam? Oh my gosh, some of the opinion that I get on Politico sometimes is like, okay, whatever. They want a different mascot? Okay, whatever. That's their lead story. That means they got nothing today. Most read. See, here we go. Number one story on Politico right now, a fluff story about Biden and his wife hugging each other or something like that. Giving him back massage. Okay, whatever. Yep. These are all old stories. This book is so good. I want other books like this, and I'm not getting much. Amazon. I could read this. The Statistical Consequences of Fat Tails. Elon said that if whales get out of Dodge, then he will fully support it. I can't believe that people... Let's go look at that. Oh, you know, I saw there was a website the other day that... What was it? Oh, but you know what? I can probably... You know, I've never signed up for this. Hold on. Let me make an account. No, don't want your newsletter. Of course, they want to verify my email. Verify account. Yay! Okay. So, can I like... what else? That. And Doge. Doge is 12th. Ugh. And so all of those things, and then garlic. Garlic oil. Add to my watch list. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Bitcoin, Ethereum, Tether, Bitcoin Cash, Dogecoin. So then if I come here, oh, watch list. Ah, okay. So Garlic Coin doing pretty good still. So it declined a little bit. At one point, they were at like what, 3.5? They were at 3.5 cents. And it has come bang. Dogecoin not doing so hot though. Like they're trying, but it seems to me that after that initial rise, that all of the new buys that thought, oh yeah, let's pump and dump, like that's great, they all figured it out and now have given up. Okay. So, hey, that increased it a lot. And interestingly enough, didn't reduce the win rate that much. Obviously, though, this doesn't work that well on a short. Dogecoin is just a bunch of people trying to make a quick buck. Simple as that. I think so. I think so. I mean, honestly, in Garlic Coin, well, actually, Garlic Coin is just a bunch of guys, people trying to make some money. Wouldn't necessarily say quick because they think, there's only 69 million supply. We've almost mined all of it out. I think that it's like 2 more years or something like that, and they'll have mined garlic out. And then it will supposedly be worth more and more and more and more. But what are they doing? The girls are amused that the baby walks around so much now. Okay, well, let's close this. So if we come back here, oh well, we do make a little bit more. Where was it? Okay, so here was the one that was like 22. Oh, I don't remember what the win rate was on the longs. I saw an article the other day about how great Garlic Coin could be, and I upvoted it just for your sake. That's great. I really, I was looking at this and I was like, why is it going up? Like, because we were mentioning it a little bit, but that can't be it. But when I got onto the subreddit and I saw all of the people coming out of the woodwork, it really was like everybody that got in on it on the beginning never forgot about it and are still just waiting for it to take off. And it seems like it's a lot of people. I mean, like if we come back, let's see here. Reddit.com/r/garliccoin. Garliccoin. There's 90,000 members of Garlic Coin. Here's the thing is you just got to get us a story upvoted enough that it shows up on people's front page. And then it's like, whoa, wait, what's going on? What's going on in Garlic Coin world? Can you buy it? Yes, you can. Oh, using real money. I don't know if there's an exchange where you can directly exchange dollars for Garlic coins, but you can use the Garlic market. What? People buying and selling it. Durr. They're asking why does it. Percentage of mined coins. Oh, that's interesting. If you've never mined it before, it's fun. Like if you want something to start mining, you've never done mining before, that Garlic Coin is a great place to start. You want to buy Garlic coins? With Garlic coins, there's no market that on exchange that offers fiat for garlic. Yep. But you could try the Garlic market, or you can just go to the faucet. You can get like one garlic. Have you seen all the Dogecoin? I have seen some. Yeah. Well, I don't think that really improved things, really. Have sun power credits as a compensation? I don't know what that is. But it's not let's say it's not good for the environment. Let's put it that way. See, the thing is that, well, so if we were to if this were to be random and we're using a 2-to-1 reward factor and all of that, then you would expect that this would be less than, it would be around 30% win rate. But here you can see it's getting 41. That's pretty good on the long trades, but on the short trades, it's awful, right? On the short trades, it does not come back to the point of control that quickly like that. It just doesn't. Well, based on how long that took, I'm trying to think of like what we could do, something that would be fun. Let's optimize this a little bit and do the change the targets to be from how many iterations will that give us? 6 iterations. So that'll take it a little bit longer to go through. It seems to me, though, that really it's the reason it's working out is because it's just a large enough tolerance that it's like taking a swing, and then you're making money because markets tend to move up anyways. You get what I mean? So Because I think even if you took just the longs, you don't really get like a great Sharpe ratio. So it seems like it doesn't really prove anything about volume profile like we maybe would think it would. I want a better book. Algorithmic and high frequency trading. Market microstructure theory. In practice. Empirical market microstructure. Maybe. There are a lot of books on market microstructure. Oh no, we did the ledges. Yeah, we programmed one for ledges, but that one didn't really work too well either. We could try. No, actually, I don't know how that would work. I was like, we could try combining them, but really, they're kind of like the opposite traits, don't you think? You know what I think is one of the things that's funny. If you want me to go on a rant here, so here's Zero Hedge. Still don't think Bitcoin is winning? You're a loser. So essentially, here's what's happening is people, contrarians in Bitcoin, say that Bitcoin is in a bubble, and then somebody comes in and says, but it continues going up. That must mean it's not in a bubble. No. Eventually, at some point, it comes back down, and then afterwards, you will admit, oh, yes, it was in a bubble. Oh, we're programming again. We're keeping going on here. If you don't like the programming, go to a different channel. Git. Positional option trading. There was this one. This one was interesting, but I don't think that this book is really relevant anymore. That one sounds interesting. And trading strategies, huh? The second leg down. Strategies for profiting off of a market sell-off. Evidence-based technical analysis. Well, that it's going to come out that there's nothing to it, right? Well, let's read that. Okay. Examines how you can apply the scientific method and recently developed statistical tests to determine the true effectiveness of technical trading signals. Throughout the book, David Aronson provides you with comprehensive coverage of this new methodology, which is specifically designed for evaluating the performance of rules/signals that are discovered by data mining. Right. Does it give us a preview of the book? Does it give us a ratings? Okay, top review. Oh, there you go. In particular, he wanted to put under scrutiny many of those technical analysis rules that have for so long been deemed as quote unquote predictive. He does not do exactly what I described above because he uses something called the Monte Carlo permutation method, but they are essentially different ways to do the same thing. But does it actually give signals in the book that purport to be predictive signals? You can't really say whether it's in a bubble or not. Its future is dependent upon the. Well, so let's say, for instance, that we come back and the market transactions catch up to a place at which they're pricing it. Then it could be no longer in a bubble. So I define a bubble as a certain ratio between what people are paying for the coin and how much money is actually going through the system. The issue with that theory is that if they actually started using it today, they would immediately run into the limitations of the technology. And that this is the thing that is so, laughable about it, is that everybody's saying, oh, Bitcoin, it's the future, and all of these institutions are going to want to use. No, they're not. None of them. Listen, none of them are actually using it. I wonder, do you think that Elon Musk, the Tesla guys, do you think that they have an actual cold wallet somewhere that they are maintaining? Or do you think that somebody else is doing it for them? Do you think that somebody else sold them the Bitcoin and they're doing it with them? And I'm going to bet you that it's the latter, because otherwise, anytime that they want to do anything with that wallet, they're going to have to wait for their transactions to be processed, and it'll take forever. And then there's like the whole thing of like, okay, you're going to be able to buy a car with Bitcoin, but then it's like, okay, but are you going to pay the fee? Right? None of them are actually using it. And that's how you can know. That's how I'm so confident that it's a bubble. It's going to take a while. Has it finished an iteration? Not yet. Oh, well, at least it doesn't say. The author questions the validity of technical analysis repeatedly, and if you had a lot of faith in technical analysis, good luck holding on to those beliefs. Now, as a victim of confirmation bias, believing what you believe, this book was sad in that my faith in technical analysis is now harmed. The author's premise is that the traditional technical analysis is worthless, and he makes a compelling case. However, his own thoughts about how evidence-based technical analysis is more effective is weak in that it will not be easy to implement. In summary, the book is somewhat entertaining, sad for TA enthusiasts, and most of all, it questions everything that you think. Hmm. Hmm. Well, this sounds like something that I would want to read, but maybe not right now. Okay, so how old is this book? 2011? That's old. Hmm. Eh. Microstructure and noise. This guy is recommending a different book, essentially. Ah, marker, microstructure, and noise, rigorous and not so rigorous, blah, 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 blah. Meh. A Practitioner's Guide. 21 ratings. Oh, I should have looked at the ratings. So, this... No, that's not it. So the book that I read only has 11 ratings. This one has 67. I have that, but I kind of stopped reading it and started reading this book. I don't know. I have a bunch of books in my... Let's see here. I have like a wish list. Where do I go to my wish list? It says wish list. Oh, that's not my list. Maybe it's this one. Yes. Citizen's Guide to Public Relations. Oh, I forget that. And that would be interesting. Oh, why is it switching over there? That's so dumb. The Day Trader's Course. I don't know where you got that. Oh, here's Wilder. Ha ha ha, that's funny. I added that. That one got a lot of likes. What's that one about? 9th edition. Oh yeah, I've never read Market Wizards. I could start going through those. I don't know. I'm looking for like a new book to read, but I'm not coming up with much. Hope that my trade's still going. Well, still going. We're going to wait until the end of the stream and having a little mini earthquake there. I can like fill them through my desk, otherwise I wouldn't notice. How old is this book? So when I come in here, okay, this book, what is the category? Is there a category? Over here it has, then this one it doesn't. Business investments. Probably the most popular book is not really what I want, huh? Oh, there you go. Business and finance. Banking, blah, 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 blah. Economics, finance, investments, and securities. Okay. But I want something that is like brand new. Like a book that was just. That's the newer it is, the better. That's weird. The categories that you get here don't match up. Trying to make this as boring as possible so that when these backtest results come back and they're like amazing, you know, none of you guys will know except for like the 3 people that stay. Okay. Hot new releases. The new Great Depression. You always go through these sorts of things and you look at what's out there and all of a sudden you're like, yeah. You're going to find something. You have to find it yourself. I'm just looking at what books are out there. So I read this market microstructure book and it was so great that everything else that I read now, I'm like, this is pointless. So if I just search for market microstructure, yeah, and then can I like new releases from the last 90 days? Ah, it's done. Give it a second, I guess. Is that no? That was a different. The directional movement book was okay. Quantum Markets, Physical Theory of Market Microstructure. See, there you go. Seven proven strategies. I guess I need to write my own book, huh? So I'm familiar with the Intelligent Investor, but I don't know if there's really anything that you need to do to be prepared to go and to read it. Something I would say is like when you're reading this stuff and it seems like things aren't making sense, just push through. Just keep reading and like you'll maybe find something at the end of the book, it'll make more sense. You'll go back and reread it, or you'll read other stuff and you come back to it. The microstructure one was markets under the Microsoft, trades, quotes, and prices. Trades, quotes, and prices. Financial markets under the microscope. It's great. Seven secret. No reviews. 7 easy to use secrets is probably bullshit. Quantum markets. Now that sounds interesting. Introduction into the quantum nature of financial markets. Coming from examination and price formation process, the book explains why it is a quantum process and why the common stochastic methods. Oh, really? I like it. Building upon this framework. Quantum framework is developed as it applies to finance, not elementary particles. Although there is a basic similarity, the resulting picture is much different from traditional quantum physics. Block trade pricing, order book dynamics, risk management of illiquid securities, etc. Wow. $105. Wow. See, look at this guy. It's the real deal. This is the sort of, like, the funny thing is they're like this, so you don't, this isn't for your amateur investor, but this is exactly the shit I want to read. Has he read? He hasn't read. This is the only book he's made, so it's probably not the greatest book. I want to read it. I'm not willing to pay $100 though. Okay, is it going to show us the stats now? Yes, it does. Okay, cool. Oh, now interesting. So I have them ranked by profit factor, but really what we want is what one makes the most for long trades. That's 1352. I need a book on how the 10-year treasury yield will affect market pullback. Well, the 10-year yield increasing will have a negative impact on stocks. That's the gist of it, right? That's so interesting. I hate it when it takes forever for it to generate these reports. Oh, here we go. Futures trading. Blockchain nonsense. The Financial Astrology Almanac. Oh, so people actually do still sell that kind of stuff. No, I want to read philosophy. I want to read complicated math. Day trading futures. Day trading secrets, guys. For $6. For $6, he's going to give you all the secrets. How to turn $1,000 into $1 million. What a... And it's a free Kindle book. Oh my gosh, that makes me sick. Ugh. Ugh. There's actually a lot of stuff released over the past 90 days. Dude, it looks to me like it's not so difficult to get on Amazon here, right? There's a lot of for beginners books. A beginner's guide to cryptocurrency. Where is my Lambo? $6, $7 book on Amazon called Where is My Lambo? Oh my gosh. Yeah, the 10-year is rising. Who knows how much it's going to continue going, though. Every time that it seems like it's just going to, like, really go, something comes along and kind of lowers it. And, you know? Analysis and strategy from the last 90 days. Okay. Stock traders. Oh, gosh. Python. Blah, 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 blah. How to trade like a hunter-gatherer. Okay. The strategic bond investor. That interests me. I'm interested, Mr. Anthony Crescenzi. Right? How to be a lion. How to invest like a lion. No, I think we need like a dragon. How to invest like a dragon. That'd be a really badass animal that people might want to trade like. Bulls make money, bears make money, but dragons ate both of them. Even a monkey. There you go. The beginner's guide. See what's happening here is you get a bunch of people. They're like, they read a beginner's guide to something, and then they trade for a little while, and then they turn around and they write a book, even though they don't really know anything much different than the people that they originally took it from. Seems to me. Ooh, that was bad. I popped my back really bad. Okay, did this show us now? Okay, yeah, it did. But that was not any different. I could just, by the time I could just go and run it again and do the, okay. This one. Volume profile, market profile, and order flow. The next generation of day trading. I mean, that's kind of along my thing, but then I'm going to read it and I'm going to be like, maybe I could write a better book than him. Classical technical analysis, as taught in hundreds of books, proved to be unprofitable for traders in many cases. Yeah, blah, 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 blah. Sounds like it's the same crap that we already know. He's trained 18 years ago. He's been doing it for 22 years. Who is this guy? Oh my gosh, look at his picture. Never heard of this guy before. Let's look him up. I bet you it's... I mean, he's doing order flow, so that's good, but... Oh, look, here's a review of his book. See, like, so I come in, here's a guy who's so classically like Italian day trader kind of person, but it's like all quant, and it's like the thing that I like about this book here in the description of this book. Oops, so we come back. Okay. And he goes through blah, 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 blah. This book is most appropriate for institutional finance professionals who have a formal education in physics. This book is not intended for individuals who are looking for general read, are unfamiliar with physics concepts, or amateur traders. Basically, this shit is so complicated and I can't explain everything to you. That's what I want. That's the sort of thing you want to read, man. That is the sort of thing that you want to read. Says it's still generating the report. What the hell? Okay. Oh, really? It's from the PIMCO Executive Vice President. Look at that. Okay. So, one of the top guys at one of the largest bond management one of the biggest bond managers in the world wrote a book. There you go. That's good shit right there. This one right here, I don't know, like it's some rando that doesn't have any kind of online presence wrote a book about order flow, which is like, okay, well, look, I can get it Kindle, with Kindle Unlimited, which means that it's actually not. If I got a Kindle Unlimited membership, then it would be free. I gotcha. Oh, we can get rid of that. We're finding about him. Oh, we haven't heard about him before because he wrote it in German first. Johannes. So that's what it is. That's what the nil is he's a German. Is that German? So maybe he has interesting stuff in it, but the Candlestick Bible. Advanced Techniques. This is a brand new book. And it already has 73 ratings? What? What are we doing today, Rusty? Well, we actually have a strategy here. Oh, okay. No, that's interesting. So do you notice that... Oh, that's so weird. %, 44%, 37%, and that is with only a 16 tick target. 30, that's 16, 32. Now this one down here, 48 target. It's generating that. Yeah, so while it is loading the report, we're going through and looking at the newest books in trading. And and there's a lot of nonsense. For sure. I don't want to see this guy. How does he get so many ratings? Did anybody actually write one? Oh, I'm satisfied with this guide. Trading platforms. Heist action. What is the algo based on? Oh, yes. Sorry. It is based on if you get so far away from the VWAP and we trade it coming back to it. PDF drive has free downloadable books, sure. But I'm looking, I mean, if I have a book that I want to read, I can go and find it or buy it, but you need to have a book first. Here's what I would like to hear about. Okay. Price action empirical evidence. Okay, well, that's not true. Since price action trading involves making predictions based on empirical evidence, I don't think so. Here's the thing about like price action. Oh, wait, hey, here's a good one. Okay, scholar.google.com, right? Price action. There's a book. No, it needs to be in quotes. Price action. Look at this. No actual real scholarly articles on this. For the serious trader. Al Brooks. Okay, so this is from Google Scholar, but it's not like cited by 17. Who cited this? Nah. 43. Let's see here. Is there a way for me to... maybe not. So interesting. So, granted, we're only using like a month's worth of data, but when we look at it, it looks pretty random, right? You tend to make money if you go long. That's about it. There does seem to be something about if you do it exactly on 10 points, but where we're able to get it to pop out profitable and within certain parameters, but it looks to me like it's unprofitable. And why not? I think that when I think about the way that I trade the profile, you know, I'm looking at it from the perspective of, so like this right now, this is the point of control, right? the assumption is that this is a price that the market makers agree on, and that's why there's a lot of trading both ways at this location, and it becomes the point of control. So if we move away from it, and then that's going to be range extension, and then they're going to say these prices get rejected, it's going to come back to that point of control. That's the theory behind it, right? Well, the problem with all of that is that the point of control is not the point of control because they like it. It could be the point of control because they have no choice, because there's a liquidity vacuum there and there's not a lot of liquidity. So they keep getting drawn into this hole, which from what I've looked at tends to be the case. So, or, like there's math that says this, and me watching it myself, it says this. So what you really get is there's people that want to trade it here, and there's people that want to trade it here. And the people that wanted to trade it here have already done so. Right? And that's what causes that area. So if we come down into here, then I'm going to be looking at what happens. Is there a lot of buying here? Then we're going to come back to that side, right? There's a lot of selling here. We're going to come back to that side. But if I come down to here and the liquidity reacts differently, all of a sudden they're trading through without a whole lot of contracts being, having to trade for it to go through. And, it doesn't tick back at all. It just goes. Then all of a sudden they go, oh, okay, these guys, they aren't there anymore. So we're going to move down a little bit. Right? Until we come to a spot where there is liquidity that is interested in it and we follow it. So to me, the whole, we're going to come back to the VWAP thing. Well, over the data period that we've looked at, there does not a lot of empirical evidence to suggest that it works. Now, maybe there's a more predictive signal. Like maybe we could say we're this far away and within this certain range here. If it's between here and here and I get a big sell order here, then we could sell it. We could go back and we could back test that sort of a thing, but I will leave that up to you. Some people argue gap's still too wet. It's not like the whole thing is like, why do gaps tend to fill? So I think that the reason gaps tend to fill is that the best prediction for future price is current price. So prices are martingales, which means that if you take the average of all the prices on the bot, then it equals this time, right? You can go and read what they mean by prices are martingales. There's stuff on Wikipedia about it, right? So if you have a gap, then the most likely thing is it's going to come back on top of it. But sometimes it doesn't, and it's just based on the situation. So here again, gaps probably work really, really well, but over the long run, probably not. Yeah, I don't know if I believe that, Kyle Bertoli. So he's saying the point of control is already well within the volume area. Once price comes back inside it, it tends to rotate the other side of it. So this is a claim made by James Dalton, where if you have a profile like this, and we're coming along, and or maybe it's like this, and then today we have it like this. So today's profile looks something like this. Okay. So, and then the chart is going to be like, okay. And then today it came down and now it's coming back up. And his claim is that if it stays within this area for 30 minutes, then it is likely to go to the other side of the profile, which I guess in that case is right there. Right. So my understanding is that he made his book back in the 80s, and it was a good way of thinking about the markets. And then later they got together with some guys to program and do some math on it. And it pretty much showed that those statistics didn't hold anymore. And so he kind of like quit. He kind of quit. And then so many people had read what he had done and begged him to keep doing stuff that he came back and he started educating people. That's my understanding. So I wouldn't necessarily read everything. So, and here's the kicker is, well, what I'm just showing you right here, that's what he says in his book. At the end of Mind Over Markets, that's one of the strategies that they suggest, is that when you come back into it, it has a 60% chance of trading to 80% chance of trading to the other side under these certain conditions. But all I'm saying is that book doesn't give you direct empirical evidence. You could try trading it. I will say there are some we can go and do some testing, and I think I have done it in the past. In fact, I don't know if I still have it. It would take too long to run right now, but you can go back and you can say, what is the chances of touching the previous day's point of control? It's fairly high. But that's because we don't start away from the previous day's point of control very often. And then when we do trade very far out, when we do start trading the next day very far out of that range, it's actually more likely to continue than it is to go back up. So it's like, so to say, oh, so then we want to trade it back into the profile, and if it goes, that's kind of like a really sketchy trade. Yeah, that's the book. I would recommend Mind Over Markets, but not because what he posts in there is empirical evidence and that you can use it as a day trading strategy, but rather because it is such a significant part of the way that day traders approach the market these days that you almost you want that context. You want that context, but I don't believe that it gives you a predictive edge in the book. Mm-hmm. Well, they said specifically that if it got back into that area and it stayed there for 30 minutes, then there was a 60 to 80% chance that it would trade to the other side of the profile. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I think that one had been tested and disproven. I like some of these other things. Like when I go into market microstructure, then we go in and we say, okay, we have some empirical evidence to suggest that if you buy it on here and then you change the sign, because of what you've done to the latent market liquidity in this area that you've already traded through, you're going to have a larger market impact. Makes sense. And they have the math to show that it does that. So what would I be doing? I would be looking at like a parrot place where, they traded down and you think that they shouldn't have. And then you're looking for a large meta order going the other way, and you see that large meta order going the other way, and you should make more than the original swing. And I have some robots that kind of try and take advantage of that sort of a thing. Is this shown in the Trades, Quotes, and Prices book? Yes. They show how the sign change has an impact and why the sign change increases your market impact. That's also another thing that I would point out, is that sometimes you will get this where a big guy will come and push it up and then immediately flip it. Have you ever seen that one before? So it'll be like you're coming down, you're in a good trend, down, and all of a sudden you get a really big order that kind of like bumps it back up a little bit, and then you see another big order that bumps it down, and you take that one, and then it goes. That's a good pattern. Sign change. So when they're in quantitative models, they come in and they say there was an order Q. They always start Q. It's the size of the order, right? Well, it doesn't just matter on how big the order is, right? It matters if it's a buy or a sell, right? So if it's a buy, it's positive Q, and if it's a sell, it's negative Q. So if you get a series, a meta order that is positive Q, followed by a meta order that is negative Q, it should equal a negative change in price. It means, let me do that again. It suggests that the change in price, that the negative impact, the overall, what is the term that they use? I forget what the thing is, but the market impact will be less than 0. It'll be negative. Susan, I'm trying to connect Jigsaw Day Trader with NinjaTrader 8 via the bridge. I am with Trade-O-Vate. Is that possible? Yes, it is. Although, how are you trading NinjaTrader 8 with Trade-O-Vate? Do you have a really, really old multi-broker license? Because otherwise, I don't think that that's going to work. Because the NinjaTrader 8 license requires you to trade with on NinjaTrader to use... No, so Q is not constant. So the Q is the size of the order, whether it was like a 5 lot or like a 2,000 lot. And of course, a 2,000 lot wouldn't be like all at once. It would be like the combination of all of these orders up to that, And the impact of it is not linear. The impact of it is going to be equal to some constant that is unique for that stock or security times the square root of the size of the meta order over the total volume for the day, or the average volume for the day, or whatever proxy you can use, equals I impact. Anyways, so she was asking, I have no NT license. Okay, so probably what you want to do, and I don't know if they offer it, but if you're using Trade-O-Vate and you use rhythmic data, which is a little bit more expensive per month, you use the rhythmic data, and then what you can do is you can do rhythmic, and you can put rhythmic in plugin mode, which means that then you can connect Day Trader and NinjaTrader into rhythmic and trade it that way. And that would work. But the issue with doing it the way that you're trying to do it is it will work assuming that you have it'll actually let you trade, or you're using whatever it is, but it won't let you trade it live, right? Because in order to trade it live, you have to have like the NinjaTrader license. So that's the problem with that. So I'm not using a license. I'm using the free version of it because I don't execute on the NinjaTrader side. And that's what allows me to connect it into the rhythmic data, right? That makes sense? So you would want to use like demo version of NinjaTrader and plug it into rhythmic and hope that they never plug that. Otherwise, the other alternative. So keep in mind, Susan, because you maybe read my, or maybe watched my video where I say, what's the best platform? And I said, well, I use NinjaTrader and Day Trader, right? Well, that was a while ago. And the big thing that has changed is that Day Trader has charts, right? We can come in here and we can put an ES chart. And if we want to do, like a volume profile chart, for instance, then we could do let's do a market profile one, for instance. Okay. Then we get a market profile chart, right? And if you're not programming or doing robots, then that's all you need, frankly. And I would just use straight Day Trader. A meta order is like the full size of what the institution wants to trade at that moment, right? Yeah, it's like an institution comes in and says, "We want to buy 2,000 lots of this security." Oh, there's not enough liquidity for us to trade it all at once, so we'll split it into multiple lots, and the combination of all of those lots is the meta order. But we could also apply it to like a bunch of day traders. We could say, the combination of all of the day traders trading this specific signal is a meta order, right? Gotcha. Oh yeah, we never did this. We got a little bit of time. What do you think? Let's make another one. And we'll do text here and we'll say live now. And then what? Change it afterwards so that it says it's on replay. So we could say live now, and we could make this like a white or something. Let's make it like that. And then we could make another layer on top of that and use a square, a filled shape, and we can make that this green color and put it behind it. And then this layer we could say is subtractive, maybe. Are you trading today? No. No. Which one is it? Is it screen or overlay? I think it's screen. Oh, actually, we can do it like this. We can say, color wand, edit, invert selection, and then come back over to here and say deleted. And then effects, object, outline object, maybe with black. Not feeling it. Not feeling it. Let's come over here and see. A lot of people do have that bit on there. A lot of people do have that on here. On there. Let's try a different approach here. So I'll take that green color. We'll say it's live right there. Jigsaw charts show different values. What does that mean? Different values for what? Like cumulative delta or something? I mean, any difference in values that you're going to give you are going to be negligible, right? Don't know why that would matter to you. Just do a black like that. Oops. No, not like that. What do you think, live or live now? Live now. Oops. For value areas, highs and lows? Well, if you did it for the whole day session, then you should get the value area highs and lows to be the same, but you don't really need the chart for that, so I don't know. Do you really need the chart then at that part? Because what I'm just saying is that, like, if what you're trying to do seems difficult to find, then maybe there's a good reason that you don't want to actually do it. Okay. So now I'm thinking maybe we should change the colors. Like, I could make the text white and the back thing bluish or dark bluish. I know. Sort by view count. See, here's the thing that, right, so I'll show you here. If you come in and you see, like, who's live right now and so forth, okay, so why do you think that one is up? Because he has a big number in it. I'm telling you, man, when you put a big number in your title, yeah, well, he says that it's live. See, I kind of really question if putting live in it really makes more people watch. I don't think it makes a difference. Especially since if you afterwards they say it's live and it's not. But all I have is a picture. So I don't like that at all. Maybe we could change the colors. Like, what if we picked like this color right here? And then, oops. Why won't it appear? Oh, maybe because I selected clear. That's why. There we go. Okay. So you can do that. Can you see how long individual? Actually, no. So it'll tell me how many playbacks, and we got 553 playbacks, but 29 concurrent viewers. So I kind of assumed that ratio is how interesting the stream is to people, but I don't really care. Like, here's the thing. I'm not willing to change the content necessarily for the audience, especially if what's I'm doing is like useful or effective. You know what I mean? Live now looks great. Well, now I'm kind of wondering, what if you did something like, what if the box itself was blue and the text was like, let's make the text black. And the background blue. You say a red box is the norm. So let's pull this red right here, orange red. And da-da. Oops. I keep screwing up with the backgrounds and stuff. Pick that orange red right there. And then on here, make it like that. And then up here, we could make this stuff white. Now it looks more like, right? Green text, red dot. What do you mean by that? But the green looked really nice. I don't remember what that. I don't know if I liked that or not. The green looked real nice. You mean the bluish? You mean when it was this color, right? I hate that. Why didn't it select it? Okay, there we go. When it was like that. And it was black text. Yeah, green stood out like a crossing guard jacket. Well, remember we did that experiment. What was it? Do I still have it? I had one where I had made like the most annoying video thumbnail I could. And I don't see it anymore. Maybe it's under pictures. Nope. Oh yeah, this one right here. Had this one. Was the older one, right? Live day trading, and it didn't make. I don't think it made a difference. You remember that? Live action's been around long enough to remember that, probably. a simple green live now works? Okay, so you're saying, well, so let's start over, shall we? Delete, delete. Text, new layer, live now. Day trading futures. So I got that, right? And then we say, so at first I'll just try it again here really quick for fun. I tried doing the object, outline object, black, made a big width around it, right? We had that. Your thumbnail should be too. I don't know. The thing is that I don't think I actually want it to say live now. Because I think that what will happen is that people won't be as likely to view it afterwards, right? If that makes sense. Oh, cancel. I think that maybe I should say live stream. Day trading futures. Take out the now. What if I just say that? What do you think about that? Oh, here, I'll just give you the link. Trade with me instead of live stream? Yeah. Why it matters, to be honest with you. I'm just asking, like, when you're browsing through things and you see there's a live stream there and it says a live stream in the title, does that make you more likely to click it? You know what I would prefer is like I would prefer it to be like white. Oh no, the baby's unhappy. Day trading futures. And we can kind of, oh my gosh, that is like painful to the eyes, don't you think? That yellow on white. Oh, so bad. Okay, but we're going to change it. So now that I got that, then I can come in here to the properties and I can say like opacity. See how that works? Ah, maybe 75, let's say. And we will grab this and move it up a little bit. Oh, that's not what I want, but okay. I agree. I'm not fond of the now either. Yeah, so I think we can do it like that. And then we can change the colors around, right? So if we just wanted... So let's just try black letters for a second. Oh. Oh yeah, no, we want on the letters. Okay. Oh, we have to deselect, that's why. How do I get my color? Oh, back. Okay. It says I'm black and I'm using a fill bucket. Why is it not drawing on it? What if I draw a box? That don't make no sense. That's so freaking weird. I would change to simply live to get the hits live stream. It may infer past tense. Well, I'm okay with it being past tense because I want the people that watch it to know that it's a live stream when they click on it. Then you're less likely to get a bounce rate on it. I don't know. Let's try this one more time. Aha. Okay. But black is not very good. I'm trying to think of what would be the best looking. Oops. What? Whoops. There's the blue. Let's come back and find the reddish. And we'll fill that in somewhere. Well, that doesn't look very good at all. And then let's come back and what are some other colors that we can grab from here? How about this color? Well, it seems like no matter what I do, I'm going to need to increase the frostiness out here. So maybe like that. Let's just do 100. I don't think that any of those colors stand out as well as the yellow. That's so funny. When you're scrolling, one color does best. Okay, yeah. I totally get what you're saying. So oops. Yeah. Maybe the white letters with the yellow outline. That would make it busy. Oh, man. Okay, so I think that white on red, but for this down here, we could have it be something different. And I don't think that this needs to be as big. Yeah? My eyes are getting blurry. I was looking at that yellow too much, man. That yellow is the color that your eyes are the most sensitive to. Okay, so let's start over again with no, I won't delete that layer, but I will make a new layer here, and I'm gonna get rid of just not show it, and I'm going to use white letters, and I'm gonna use the text here, and we're gonna say live stream, and instead of 144, we're gonna say it be like 72 or something like that. What do you think about that? So wait, I gotta make it small. Hold on here. Okay, 72, 96. Okay, yeah, let's do 96. Be like that. I think that's good. The baby is like freaking out over nothing. For who knows why. Okay, and then we're going to make this red. Make a thing. Get rid of that. No. That. Joe, don't write anything, just place dollar bills, no words, right? Well, we did that one, remember? Wait, we have it over here. There you go. Live day trading. Da 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 da. Actually, that wasn't so bad. Obviously, this is like way better. I would try the big green live. Oh, but you can't even read that. Wait. Okay, so that one is good. So I'm gonna like merge those layers down and delete that layer. We don't need it anymore. You're saying just do big green text. Say live. Live. I like that. And then what? Make it really big. Make it as big as possible. Live. Oh my gosh, it's so exciting. Look at them. Look at my face. Oh, wait, we don't want it on the background. I put it on the wrong layer. Live. Live stream on. Oh, so many opinions. I don't know if it really matters that much. Object, outline object. Make it black outlines. No softness. Very hard. Make it very hard. Wait, can you change the... Oh, that's what that means. There we go. Angled both sides. Oh, that's cool. It's very cool. But live action. Like that. I think that the nice little red that matches with the YouTube live is better. This right here. Live. And then I want over here, do it right here. I want to have, I'm gonna do what I want. I'm gonna say day trading, live stream day trading. Woohoo! 144, like that. And then another layer underneath of it that shall be white. And then I will make that layer transparent. The beauty is, yeah, I can put them on different videos and stuff. Well, we won't set it until tomorrow. That looks so busy and disgusting, though. Nah, I don't think that'll stand out enough. Yeah, you barely see that. White. Investing from the top down, a macro approach to capital. Well, that's the way to do it. I should read that. But then I don't even think you need that. If anything, it should be making making that black like that. Let's go back to the green. The green's the best. The most irritating color in the world. Oh. Oh. Oh, that's not what I wanted at all. No, no, no. Okay. Thinking about it, live action adds a little fun to the simple live everyone else uses, especially with how volatile treasuries have been. I actually kind of like the green. I'm kind of, now that I've got like the dark around it and everything, I'm kind of liking that. I'm kind of liking that. And I'm just going to make this a little darker. Da, 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 da. Do you like it? What do you guys on a scale of one? should we leave it at that, or do you think we should change something? Oh, you know what? I do want to do something. I do want to do something. Which one is it? Oh, this one's not even showing. That's funny. Yeah, get rid of him. Well, let's see here. Was this one right? Yeah. I think that we can come in and we can say object, outline object. Yes, sir. Yes. And probably the same thing with this inside here, although let's just like white 96, I think it was. Yeah. How about that? Maybe give it a little bit more definition on what it's saying. A little bit more contrast on there. versus actually maybe that's better. I'm having a hard time deciding on that one. Well, I also think that I need to... Okay, so let's just like merge everything. Oops. Okay. And then this part right here, I just want to move it over a little bit. Oh, I don't think I can do that, actually, now that I think about it. Yeah. Delete that layer. This layer. Okay. Let's move it over just a tad so that it lines up with the live stream bit. Use a red video camera background with white letters live in the bottom corner. It'll be done. In the bottom left? No, it's in the upper right. That's an interesting thought, though. How do we... Nah, I think this will probably be okay. winning too. So tomorrow we'll use that one to remind me to change it. All right. Well, we're like way past like when I would normally want to be on for. So, you guys got any questions before we go? Well, we learned something interesting about the volume profile, didn't we? I think. Anyways, isn't it today's holiday is called President's Day, right? Do we not call it that anymore? Ah, well, it doesn't matter. Who cares? Hey guys, I'll see you guys tomorrow. In the meantime, stay profitable, friends.